Kelley Ford, always kind enough to give us some time. K Ford Ratings on X, also kfordratings.com. Kelley, welcome in, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Jake. Thanks for having me. I always appreciate it.
Man, I appreciate you as always. A lot to get to in the next 30 minutes. Let's start with Super Bowl. Get your thoughts as we close the door on the 2023 season, which I thought was a fantastic ball game. But your thoughts on what you saw and as we now turn the page in the NFL as well.
I want to start right there, Jake, because there's been so much talk over the last couple of days, and people have broken down every angle and talked about almost everything. What you said you thought it was a great game, I keep hearing that from so many people. Jake, where I immediately went after the Super Bowl, it reminded me of another high-profile sporting event, the 2022 FIFA World Cup. And I'm not sure how much you or listeners might remember about that, but it was Argentina and France. And this was in December of 2022. It was a Winter World Cup because it was over in Qatar. And Messi and company were up 2-0, really controlling the game. And it wasn't that good of a game until the 80th minute. Kylian Mbappe scores 2 goals in 2 minutes. Now it's game on. The last 10 minutes of regular time, the 30 minutes of extra time, it went to penalties. It was a fantastic finish, but it wasn't, to me, a great World Cup final. That's kind of how I feel about this Super Bowl, Jake. It was a really good last quarter, last half, if you want to say that. And then obviously went to overtime, and that's exciting. I don't think it was that great of a game overall, but man, did it end on a really high. So that part I really enjoyed, and you know what? We talked about it leading into it. I said the numbers like San Francisco, Vegas like San Francisco. You bet against Patrick Mahomes at your own risk, and Patrick Mahomes once again, Chris Jones in the defense, of course, but Mahomes in the Super Bowl, big time. He shows up, and you can't be surprised about it.
No, you can't. Kelley Ford on your radio, K Ford Ratings on X, and of course kfordratings.com. Yeah, and when I say what I liked about it, and everybody looks at the same guy or girl, and they don't think they're beautiful, right? I mean, everybody looks at the same meal, and some people like it, some people don't. I don't mind defensive football games. I don't mind chess matches. So it just depends on kind of what. Now, was it exciting in the terms of offensive production and big plays early? Absolutely not. But let me ask you this about the finish and then moving on, because Chris Jones, was adamant today at the parade that he will be back. We'll see if they do get those contracts worked out. Should they be the favorites for, a three-peat? And can you now quantify this as a modern dynasty?
I'll take it in reverse order, Jake. I do think you can call this a modern dynasty when you look at what they've achieved in the last, 6 years with three Super Bowls back-to-back for the first time in 20 years since the Patriots. I mean, yeah, I do think we are in the midst of a Kansas City dynasty, and they've been, the team to beat in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes, if the Chiefs get back to the AFC Championship game in the 2024 season here, Jake, come on, 2025 January playoffs, if they get to the AFC Championship game and lose that game in regulation, that would be the earliest that Patrick Mahomes has ever been eliminated from the playoffs as a starting quarterback. He's lost a couple of AFC Championship games. Both those were in overtime. I mean, when you think about how deep they've been going to the playoffs, they're winning Super Bowl titles. To me, yes, I think they are a dynasty now at this point. You said, should they be the favorites? Are they the favorites? Again, you bet against Patrick Mahomes and that team at your own risk. I do think they are a favorite, if not the favorite. To me, you're looking at kind of a handful of teams. It's the Chiefs, it's the Ravens, and it's the Bills out of the AFC. I like each of those teams to be kind of in that preseason contender favorite category. And in the NFC, it starts with the 49ers. I know they've had heartbreak. I know it's happened a couple times now in the last 4 years, and people are questioning, can Shanahan win the big game? I think he's a really good coach. I think he's putting them in a position to be there. I don't agree with every call and decision that he makes, but I think the Niners are the favorite in the NFC next year, and the Chiefs are among the favorites in the AFC for me.